Hey, what's good, barbecue family? It's your boy Joe Mill here, back with Killer Miller Q, and today we'll be pulling out the old Weber grill. I got a bone-in turkey breast. You know it's time for Turkey Day, and I got your back if you got a dry turkey out there. Stay tuned. Come on. It's time to get into Thanksgiving option number one. So what I have here is I had a great sale going on just the bone-in turkey breast that I couldn't pass up, and figured I wanted to do a little something different. I think they had this for like $1.79 a pound or something like that. What is it? Roughly 8.66 pounds, so nearly 9 pounds of turkey breast here. Obviously no dark meat, all white meat. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be actually adding a little love to it. We'll be hitting it with a little bit of this Kosmo's Q turkey brine here. Now this package here, which is 16 ounces, and basically they tell you to add 1 cup to 1 gallon of water. And one thing I always loved about Kosmo's rubs, along with their brines, they mix up very well. You see, they can pretty much say you can use like a protein shaker, shake it up, and you'll be good to go. So that's probably, hell, that's a gallon, though. That'd be a lot. But anyway, one way or another, that's how we're going to get it done. This whole package is enough basically for 1 turkey. What I'm going to be doing, since I just got a turkey breast, is I'm just going to go ahead and use half of it, which is going to be 1 cup. Yeah, 1 cup, 8 ounces of this mixture, along with a gallon of water. And then we're gonna get this thing out the package cleaned up, and we'll dunk it. So we got that breast cleaned up and out the package. Took off a little excess skin. I can tell that my the little spinal cord in there is pretty loose, but that'll be all right. We'll go ahead now and jump into this brine. I'm gonna use 1 cup of this, and it's gonna end up being a gallon of water that we'll do. I'll pretty much get this mixed up. I'll start with that 1 cup of seasoning in here, along with some of that water, shake it up good, and then I'll mix in the rest. There we go. This stuff smells amazing, so we got a cup of that. We're just gonna go ahead and throw it right in the top. Now I'll throw in about 2 cups of water. And then we'll shake that up and add in another 14 cups of water here. There is my 14 ounces of water, and then here is the last 2, along with the injection or the marinade. Definitely, it would have been better off if I would have had the bag, but I think in the end this will be fine. I just have to make sure I come in here and give it a couple turns. I'm gonna put it face side down so that breast can soak up the majority of that. Not too worried about the back. Alright, so after an executive decision, this ain't gonna quite work. Not deep enough. I want this whole thing submerged. I went and grabbed me some 2.5 gallon bags. This should be able to do it. I'll set that breast in there and then pour that juice in. Set this off in a nice bowl. That should be much better. And this is why these bags work a lot better than just sitting in some type of a big type of container. That liquid gets more pushed up on the side of there and kind of shaping it up. Always sit it in a bowl just in case it's going to leak out a little bit, but we'll be nice and clean. But now that I need the back of it all submerged, everything is pretty much submerged in water. We're going to leave it just like this. I'll see y'all back in the day. We're going to get this thing seasoned up, and we'll be going out to the old pit. It is the next day, and we're gonna be getting that bird up out the brine here shortly. But as you can see, I'm out here already getting this grill together, setting up the old snake method. My boy Cooking with Conchi put me on this one. It's been rolling perfectly, so this is gonna be an easy rotation. What I'm going with, you're looking at 2 briquettes at the bottom, one briquette more or less lining the top. I'm using my Cowboys charcoal briquettes, which I love. It's natural lump charcoal. Pretty much from there, I got my little charcoal chimney getting started with some of my leftover briquettes, but probably a good 6 or so that I'll kind of start off in a little lump right here. I'll throw the racks back in here and I'll let this kind of get going for about the next hour, and then I'll be ready to get that bird on. In the house, went and grabbed that turkey breast out the refrigerator. Like I said, this bag, 2.5 pounds, hefty bags, did great. Definitely like that. As you can see, we still got it breast side down, so all that good moisture is down there, saturating that breast, the backbone, still moisture, but we don't need that too much. I'm not going to be using it, even though you could save that, use that for stock, soup, stuff like that. I've never done it, but hey, to each its own. This is what we're going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of this liquid. I'm going to pat this bird dry. I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice spray of avocado oil. And we're going to be dusting it down. And this is an old shaker I had right here. So you can see I've scratched it all off. But this is actually Kosmo Q's Dirty Bird seasoning in here. So we're going to be basically following their turkey brine kit recipe, more or less. So get rid of this, pat it dry, olive oil or avocado oil, which will be my choice. Coming heavy with some Dirty Bird. I'm going to see you in just a moment.
I want to jump in here real quick and let you know, thanks for following along on today's cooking. If you're new to the channel, go to that bottom right corner, make sure you subscribe, check out any videos you've missed, join the fan club for more updates, the healthy cooking series, and more good stuff from the behind the scenes of Killer Miller Q. Other than that, let's get back to this turkey.
All right, we got this baby all seasoned up. I was pretty decently liberal with the kicking chicken. Not too worried about it. Obviously, you don't get as much under the skin, but you could definitely see all that good redness coming out of here as I was getting it off and then getting it oiled up and then dry it off. I really think it's going to give some good flavor in there. So what we're going to be doing, and I want to do something a little different on today's boneless breast, was on top of the fact that we're getting it out there under that kettle, we're going to be doing a beer can bone-in turkey breast. So today's participant, and obviously you can use whatever can you want with any kind of liquid you want, and I think that doesn't matter as much. The things that I would tell you I think that matters is you do not want this whole can to be full because you need it to breathe a little bit so we can let some air go. So roughly about halfway or something like that, or 3/4 of a way full. And then also, this one's been sitting out for a little bit. You don't necessarily want this to be cold, or it's just going to take that much longer to cook your turkey. You know, you put a cold beer inside the cavity of this bird, is just going to basically be like almost cooking it like it was frozen. But anyway, I'm going with this chilada, made with clamato. Basically, from what I looked at, this is basically like Bud Light, Budweiser, some tomato juice and vegetable juice and all that good stuff put in there together along with some lime. Should give a decent amount of flavor into this bird. It's not like you're going to taste it that much, but really it should help with my moisture. For the first time since I've never tasted it, and I got to get rid of some, I guess I give it a taste. I'm going to let this hang out, and we're taking it to the pit. All right, team, so we did a thing. We're going to see how this works. I just put the hood back on and everything, but put it on my beer rack to hold the beer and more or less prop it up. Now, the one thing is too tall to sit in here on the rack and not touch the top, or at least definitely the poker, but it probably would have touched the top as well. So I'm trying something that may or may not work, and y'all gonna get to see this firsthand. We took the middle out and I dropped it down there low. Let me be nice and easy when I open this up so I don't get all the coals on it, because it's down there in the danger zone. So we tucked them down there. We're gonna put you to sleep. I will see this thing back here. We'll peek at it in about an hour. I'm not gonna worry too much about the turning or nothing like that. I don't think it should take too much of this snake so far. We've been rolling a little over an hour, hadn't taken that much. So, I mean, I think in the end, it'll take about a 3/4 of it or whatever have you. But let's see what we can do. All right, at an hour and about 11 minutes, we still holding strong, still hitting at 300. Smells good out here. Let me easily pull this back. I'm glad this thing didn't fall over and burn up. We still looking pretty. I can see this side looks like it's more or less done than this side. Obviously, there's been getting some heat. A little bit of char down there. Let me see what this side looks like just so I know. Okay. And then I'm sure this side is probably much more closer to done. 25, 28. Alright, nothing big. Let's let it keep riding. We got plenty of time left to go. See you in another hour. Alright, so here we are. I think it's about 2 hours, 20 minutes, roughly about an hour since our last. We still locked in at that 300. My color is still looking pretty. We can see the snake slowly trickling around. This side definitely got the crisp on it from where it got more of the initial fire. Let's see how we looking on temp. Coming around. 46. 46. So my guess is this side's probably close to being about there. Yep. Okay. I'll bring y'all back in another 20 or so. We throw some glaze on it. Hours, 55 minutes. Still holding. Let's take this off nice and easy. My color's looking beautiful. This is the last side that we needed to get done right over here. I gave it a slight bit of rotation, you might notice, just so it can get more towards the heat. And let's see. Hello. Right on time. Alright, let me grab the glaze. Okay, so I'm gonna be adding on some of the rib candy, apple cherry. I think normally with Kosmo, he uses the Kosmo Q's apple or cherry habanero. This is more just a sweet glaze that's just all sweet, no heat. Just gonna give it a nice little bit of color, give it a nice little zing. I don't want to do it too much in here with too much of this heat left because it'll burn up quick, but I'm gonna pour it on. We're gonna get this thing up off of here and let it sit for a minute, and then we'll get a taste. And here we go. Barely got that thing up out of here. It is juicy. As you can see, it is leaking already. I haven't got a chance to put really a whole lot of that cherry on because I was kind of worried about being down there in that hole and not having a whole lot of control over it. So let me get it up out of here and let me get it moist right now. Here go my dark spot. They got the initial charcoal beat up when it was nice and hot at first. Not too worried about that though. I do like a little char, but once you get off that first piece, you won't get too much of that. But this thing is super juicy, as you can see. Beer can still holding on, and some of that clamato or whatever the hell we call it. But I'm looking forward to this. Let's get some of that apple cherry on here. I'm just gonna start with just a drizzle and just kind of let it work down that way. Just kind of give it a little bit over some of it. I don't want to overdo it too much. I can obviously hit it. Oh, pardon my reach. I can obviously hit it a little bit more with my actual brush here in a little bit, but initially, let me just get a little bit on there and let it just kind of run and chase. This should just give me a nice bit of glaze, a little color, a little sweetness. We'll glaze right off that ground and get some of that back up on it. And I'm gonna let this hang out for a little bit in the oven and we'll get this thing going. So it's been about 15 minutes and this baby ready to come up out of there. Ooh, this thing is setting up beautifully. Super juicy. Still nice and moist. All that good brine coming up out of there. I'm looking forward to getting this up off of here and making a mess. Let's get rid of the beer can, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the back off so this can kind of halfway sit down. There we go. Now I can get a better grab on it. You can get a better look on it. Came out really nice. Like I said, I got my little crispy spot over here, which actually I was tasting on it. Actually, that skin tastes good as it peels right off of there, so it's actually nice and done. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attempt to get pretty. Slice it right down the middle so we can have two breasts. Wow, I really love that seasoning. Slice it down the middle so I can get two breasts. We'll see if we can slice that breast right off the bone and get us some pretty chop. Okay, you know, for not doing that too many times, I was able to get that off of there real clean and real close. Got my nice two turkey breasts here. And now basically you got a beautiful cut. I can go ahead and make my nice pretty slices. There we go. I had to bring in my rookie camera holder, my little baby helping me out here. I just wanted you to kind of get a chance to check out how juicy this chicken is. As I'm cutting it, it is just coming out with so much moisture. Cutting board is getting more and more wet as I'm going. Just take a look at that. You want to talk about some juicy chicken? I almost feel like it might just go ahead and drip for us, even though I hate to lose all my good moisture. Oh man. Let me get a try. Wow. Super juicy. That is too good. Like I said, you see all the juice, super flavorful. That kicking chicken is pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and add on the rest of some of this cherry apple glaze that we had, just to give it a little bit of that extra on there. And that's how we're gonna do this bone-in turkey breast.
And on that, we're going to say winner, winner, turkey dinner, okay? I enjoyed that bird. Obviously, it's a little bit before my holiday, so I'm going to have to do a whole nother bird by then. I'll probably be going with last year's brine and turkey that we hooked up. Family really liked that. The brine itself literally lit up the whole house as far as the smells of Christmas. So that's one that I definitely recommend as far as an option. But this bird right here was pretty nice, especially if you're somebody that don't like dark meat, or maybe if you're not worrying about necessarily cooking for a crowd. To be able to just get you a bone-in turkey breast, you get the same thing. You feel like you still got something that you can sit out, you can actually carve, it can look pretty. But with that said, it's a lot less meat. It'll take a lot less time on the prepping and the cooking and everything. And sometimes at the end of the day, some people only like the white meat for what it's worth anyway. But I enjoyed that one. We used the old Kosmo's Q, basically his turkey brine kit. If you get that kit, if you get his turkey kit, it basically comes with the turkey brine, it comes with the kicking chicken, and then they have a version that's real similar to this. This is the Texas rib candy, but theirs is the Kosmo Q version, obviously, and then it's I believe he's got a habanero cherry that you kind of get. But this brine gives you a nice bit of flavor in there, some good overall moisture. That bird was definitely juicy, if you couldn't tell. Obviously, we did glaze over the top, but it was juicy all the way through. I mean, it was all of that moisture that was there in the neck as it was cooking, that was kind of permeating back out of it, as well as just in general as I was doing those individual slices all the way through that turkey in each individual slice, especially on some white meat. To get that much moisture, to get something that tender, you got to be happy about that. Overall, flavor-wise on this combo, pretty damn solid. So again, I wasn't too mad. At the end of the day, we pulled out the old Weber and got it done in roughly just about 2 hours using the old snake method. Obviously, it was too tall to sit in there all the way, but I was able to drop it down. It did give me my little char spot on one side, but at the end of the day, that char spot actually tasted good, but it messed up my aesthetically pleasing portion of the video. But I wasn't too mad at it. It came out really, really nice, and I didn't mind it in there as well. Other thing I could have easily did was just spatchcock that thing and sit it right on top. But I did want to go ahead and actually do a beer can chicken, because for some reason or another, I always feel like some of my most juicy chickens, turkeys, whatever have you, have been beer can, and just want to try something different. So that method did work. Obviously, if it would have been sitting on top, it would have been even bit better. But I'm not mad at it. Flavor-wise was there. Had a nice little bit of smoke in there, and it cooked real smooth and easy. That was the easy cookout. Usually that was between 325 in the very beginning. Dropped it down to 300. But just like that, there's an option for you for Turkey Day. Check out my other brine recipe from last year, as well as the turkey cook that we was out here smoking with. Make sure that you tap in, if you haven't already, to my new fan club, and to all my family out there, all my boys over there at Black Smoke Barbecue, and you out there in TV land. Have a good, safe Thanksgiving, and make sure you catch me back here in a week. You know I got some more good stuff for you. It's on. Peace.